morning and welcome into the Real Monica Adams Show. We are a mobile Monica today and we're all about community. You've probably seen this gentleman on in my past years at Channel 5 and at Fox 2. He would always come in and light up the newsroom because he knew that you all were going to show up. Now, today we're doing a preview show for the big, are you ready for this? 25th anniversary of Rise and Shine, which comes up on the Love Days. I have a heart and heat a home on Valentine's Day. But there's so much that can be done from right now leading up to that day. And we're going to talk all about it today with several people from our community, as well as the fire chief. Dennis Jenkerson is going to be coming up with us as well. But this is Gentry Trotter. So Gentry actually founded Heat Up St. Louis. Thank you for all you've done for the community, Gentry.
We're happy to do that. And we wouldn't be possible without organizations like Hardee's.
Yes.
I mean, they've been with us for 25 years.
It's amazing.
And it is fabulous. They know how to do it. The kids the crew members are excited. Everybody competes back and forth from restaurant to restaurant. And so that's what it's all about, neighbors helping neighbors. I apologize to all of you. I am a germaphobe. It's a little bit too close for me. And I had a birthday yesterday and I do want to live a little bit longer. At any rate, so what we're trying to do is make a difference. So all you have to do next week, let's talk about January.
Yes.
For the entire month of January, and you know Megan, our girl Megan, the regional vice president of Hardee's franchise, what we're trying to do this month is they can go right now or after they see the show to heatupstlouis.org. They can get pre-orders of many biscuits as they possibly can for their groups, their organizations, their companies, just for themselves. Type it in, heatupstlouis.org. Go to pre-order. And today you order them. Tomorrow you can pick them up at your favorite Hardee's.
Yes.
Now, that's for this time. And you can also leave extra tips in the canisters, as you know.
I already did.
And that's good on the drive-thru, but you can also round up. And that's very important to round up and think about the people who are cold in Missouri and in Illinois.
Right.
Last but not least, and I think it's very critical, is on Valentine's Day. But we can't do Valentine's Day, darling, without volunteers.
Yes.
So we need 500 volunteers for 1 hour each to come out and shake your can. And you'll get a souvenir apron right here about have a heart and heat a home. You collect the money in there. You get a free sandwich. And you get a feeling of goodness, of goodwill for helping neighbors in need. So that's what we're doing at Rise and Shine. 25 years for this young lady over here.
Yes. Yeah. Megan, who we're going to talk to, she is the VP of Operations at Hardee's. And for 25 years, Hardee's has combined with Heat Up St. Louis. You know, here's the hard part. We are talking about all the ice and the snow that we have, Gentry, and unfortunately, 2 to 4 inches of snow is now forecasted to come tonight and into tomorrow. So there's no break, and there's a lot of people that are saying, "Oh, I'm having to dig out of my driveway, etc." But there are people that do not have the money and the funds to heat up their own home, and that's why you founded the organization.
Yeah, and there's a good but we work with, for us, we have on our board Ameren, Inspire. So we kind of work together. And we have some form of public service commissions on our board who regulates the utilities. So everybody's working together. And I'm not as worried about the people that are shut in right now. They'll be out soon. And I'm not sure about that weathercast. We better talk to Scott Connell.
I hope it's gone.
Yeah, we hope it's gone. But by February, it will not be here.
No.
And we've done this in rain, sleet, or snow. People have come out. The drive-thrus are the most popular things, but you can come into the dining rooms too that day. But the people love to come through that drive-thru. And I wonder for years why they push people on training. Training's important if you want to work at Hardee's or any fast food because you have to get them in and get them out. And Hardee's knows how to get them in and get them out. But I wanted to tell you about this. These sausage biscuits smell good in between breaks. I got to grab one. The eggs, which I like better.
The egg, yes.
They are fabulous. They normally cost, what is it, about $3 or $4? It's $1.
But 100% of the proceeds, right? $1.
So but it's $1. And that's why you have to give some more money, honey.
Yes.
And $1 is not bad. And in addition to the tips, the volunteers, we will raise lots of money. Last year was $900,000. And we're praying to be I'm always saying, Let's go for $500,000 as our goal, because it looks better going over gold.
Absolutely.
Okay, and we love your people, your followers. We think they're fabulous. And on that day, so we won't be competitive here, Channel 542, KMOX, and a lot of our partners and all of the broadcasts will be out on location. This is a sneak preview for you to get an idea of what we do. And Monica will take it from here because I am hungry.
Go eat those biscuits. Again, sausage, egg, whatever you want, but pre-order. And this is the thing. A lot of you have your employees coming back to work. Maybe this is your way of saying thanks to them. So go to heatupstlouis.org, go online, pre-order 100, 300, 600. They're going to roll out all those biscuits, and 100% of the proceeds goes to this fabulous organization. We're going to hear so much more about it and why the community has continued to show up for 25 years. So I know $500,000 is your goal, but total, Gentry, how much you've raised over the last 24?
Well, we've raised in the last 25 years exactly $50 million. And of that,
let's get a round of applause for that. $50 million.
And of that $50 million, a lot of those millions have come from Hardee's.
Yes.
And more important than that, 1.7 million people have been impacted by the utilities. And you go, 1.7, that's a lot. Because when you shut somebody off, you just don't shut the bill payer off. You shut Johnny, Grandma, and all those in the household.
Yep.
So scientifically, that's a lot of people. And the myth, it's only in the cities, that's crap. It's in Missouri and in Illinois. It's in every little borough.
Yep.
I am getting more people from South County than I've ever gotten before in my life. I'm getting people from St. Charles. I'm getting people, and we work with 37 agencies. For some reason, they're shorter than money. We do these things. They get government money. We get a little of that, but we get a lot of public money. So when you get public money, you don't have a lot of what we call these difficult things to get you utility assistance.
Right.
You know, you have to fill out 400 questions. I'm being facetious, of course. But the good news for us is this money is unencumbered with lots of rules and regulations based upon the needs. You go on heatupstlouis.org and get help. It's not just for Granny, and you know I love my grannies, Grandpa, Uncle George. It is also for those living paycheck to paycheck. Do you know all those people on Highway 44 and 270 who've been temporarily laid off for factories and everything? We want to help them too.
Absolutely.
And
Amen.
we don't want people to be shy. That's why you can go online. We have some outlets, but you go online. It's very private.
Yep.
Nobody will know anything about it. And you slip me $50 and I won't tell either. Of course, I'm just kidding. But the reality is you're here, we're here on February the 14th, Valentine's Day. We want everybody to be out, to have a home and heat up St. Louis.
Absolutely. So we're going to be talking with the fire chief. He's going to talk about all these safe ways to heat the home, because again, this is when we start to hear all the problems and all the fires that he and his men and women go and battle. So we're going to talk about some safety aspect. But again, the biggest message we want to get across today, heatupstlouis.org, that website, remember it, and actually take this show and share it to all of your followers so that they can see like, wow, I didn't know that this organization existed. I didn't know that they did all this amazing thing for our community. Yes, it is to help those who are in need. And again, volunteerism is important. If you can come out and volunteer for an hour on February 14th, we're asking for volunteers and we're asking for you to fill these canisters. Come shake your can, as Gentry said.
And your apron. Last but not least, the fire chief is the regional chairman for Heat Up St. Louis, working with all the fire chiefs in Missouri and Illinois. I just want to point that out. He's just not here for the fire department in the city.
He's representing all, and he's a dear friend of ours, by the way, so we're looking forward to sitting down with him. Don't go anywhere. We are live again at Hardee's, as Hardee's and Heat Up St. Louis, as well as others in the community, are all involved to help heat up St. Louis, so don't go anywhere. We are live on location, and this is the really cool thing. This is exactly what we can do from your business. We call it Mobile Monica. You know, I'm always on the move. Everyone knows about Jody's balls, and why is that?
I have the best ball.
Oh my God. You enjoying this?
Always.
Watch this, I gotta move with her.
Orange Theory is created to help people live a more vibrant life.
When we tell you that they have some of the most beautiful sunsets, we mean it. We're now in the brainchild of Adventure Unknown. That thing
Well, he's got a
is
heck of a
beautiful.
story behind that leopard,
I
too.
know. It's going to be a very dangerous shoot right now.
It'll be
She says it
fabulous.
is. Monica or Mez Adams. How's that
Yes,
sound?
that sounds great.
This is Marianne Graff, owner of Just Be Kind Coffee House and Cafe. And you can see all the people in line. Oh, that handsome gentleman is... That would be my husband, Jim.
My mission statement says I want people to feel better leaving than when they came in.
And you do. Again, no calories when you're spreading kindness.
No calories when you're spreading kindness, especially if it's on the weekend.
And welcome back. It is the Real Monica Adams Show and the real fire chief, as Gentry was just saying, not just the fire chief with St. Louis City, but he is representing the Fire Chiefs Association of Greater St. Louis and Public Safety Chair of Heat Up St. Louis as well, and a dear friend of ours. And it's so good to see you.
Good morning. Nice, cold, brisk morning to
No
wake
kidding.
up and walk out the door.
It smacks you in the face. Some of you were in single digits today, and some of you are hearing about more snow coming. Just as they're trying to get rid of the ice and all the snow that we had. How much did you have at your house?
I'll say 10 to 12 inches, but I'll give a shout out to my wife. She did a good job shoveling the walk and the driveways and everything else I asked her to do. So
What?
she did a good job.
Because he's out there battling fires. Okay, so this is actually more from a serious tone. There are a lot of things that people do to try to heat their homes that they should not be doing. And we want to get that message across today.
Right. And we've already seen quite a few fires because of people using alternative heating sources. And it's an absolute do not do that. People have trouble paying for their utility bills, the gas, the electric. That's why we're here today. But what we see is people they don't want to spend the money on the gas or the electric, so they use their stoves. They use these little bitty primary heaters or secondary heaters that cause an issue. If you're going to use them, you have to be in the room. When you're done using them, you turn them off. You keep them at least, I'm going to say, 5 foot away from anything, the couch, the bed, the sofas, chairs. You'll see kids running through. They knock them over. They cause us an issue. And it's every year when it gets cold, we have fires all over the region, not just in the city. They're everywhere. If you've been watching the news, there's been quite a few fires on the news, and a couple of them have been deadly.
Yes.
So
Well, and that's, we're talking about today. We're going to actually go more in depth tomorrow. We always do news you can use. Tomorrow, we will talk about these devastating fires that are taking place in Los Angeles. I mean, it's, you've been in fire, how long? Battling fires?
long time, 45 years.
45. Well, thank you for what you have done for our city. But it's devastating to watch wherever it takes place. And we never want to see something that massive. But from the safety aspect also, you have all these people that are also lighting candles. And then all of a sudden they leave their homes. How often does that happen, that you're running into a fire because of that?
The candles you don't see as often now because they have made the candles a little safer. They're a little wider. They sit in a plate or in a glass dish. So we don't have that many issues. We see more smaller fires with the candles, but what we see is people forget about leaving the secondary heating supplies plugged in. Or they plug them into an extension cord, or they plug them into a power strip. You can't do that. They have to be plugged directly into the wall. And once, like I said before, once you leave the room, you turn them off. And they overload the circuits, they overload the extension cords, or they don't want to see the extension cords, so they put them under a rug or under something, under a sofa, and then it sits on it, and we have fires. And we've seen 2 or 3 every day for about the last week.
Yeah, I was just going to say, how much has it picked up? Again, if you're just tuning in, we are live at the Hardee's at 44 in Hampton, sitting down and talking with the fire chief, Dennis Jenkerson. So we just started to see this shifter in the colder air, the snow, the ice coming. So how much percentage-wise has it picked up for you?
We're seeing yesterday, I think, for an example, we had about 8 different house fires, most of them in vacant homes where we know the unhoused are starting to go into to try and stay warm. So we're also seeing some overloads on the furnaces. That's the other thing. People start smelling smoke. They wonder what's wrong. We show up and they hadn't haven't done any type of maintenance on the furnace, which we can assist with. Just call and we can assist with that. But those are the calls that we're receiving, starting to ramp up. With the cold temperatures now, we're also going to see some of the unhoused people who are outside who get exposure issues because it's so cold outside and it comes on you so quick. So, it takes everybody in the region to assist the fire departments, the EMS departments. If you see something that doesn't look right, call us.
Right.
And we'll be out.
Again, awareness and getting the kids involved and understanding. I remember when I was a little girl and it's like, okay, let's do these fire drills, just like you did in school. These are important things to know. Where are your exit points, as well as smoke detectors. I knew you were going to do the big.
My smoke detector program. Smoke detectors and also CO detectors.
Yes.
Because our furnaces are running overtime right now. So check the smoke detectors, check the CO detectors. If you don't have one, call us. We'll put it out. We'll come in, install a new one anytime. We always talk about change your clock, change your battery.
Yeah.
If you have to change your battery, your smoke detector is too old.
There you go.
So all the new smoke detectors have a built-in battery, lasts 10 years. So if you have AA's or 9-volt batteries, call us. We'll provide a new one.
Yeah, there's really no reason why you shouldn't have it in your home, because literally they're going to provide it for you. So with you being involved in Heat Up St. Louis, and again, we're doing the big preview, heatupstlouis.org, to help those who cannot heat their homes. And people are thinking, oh, well, how far does $1 go? Big time. We're talking about millions that have been raised over the last 25 years. What are you most proud of that Heat Up St. Louis, Hardee's, and the community has done together over these 25 years?
The Heat Up St. Louis program provides an opportunity for every member of our community to actually save a life. And we know it saves lives. A simple $1, every $1 goes back into the program. And I get to use my tagline this year because February 14th is Valentine's Day, and it is a great day to buy your baby a biscuit.
That's it. Drop the mic. You wouldn't have to say anything else.
I got in trouble a couple of years for that when we had that. He didn't hear me, so we're all good. So remember that. Friday, February 14th, buy your baby, our babies, a biscuit.
That's it. That's going on social media. You're seeing it right there. 25th annual Hardee's Rise and Shine. Have a heart, heat a home, buy your baby a biscuit.
That's all we need.
Put that all together. Again, we need all of your help. We are visiting with many that have played a role over the years, and it's just, again, being proud. You obviously want to give a shout out to all of your men and women that are out there in the cold. I always say, remember our first responders and the incredible work that you're doing in this.
It's a job that in this type of weather really takes its toll. And it's a job that you have to prepare for, even when you're off shift. You're thinking about what I have to get ready for my next shift. They show up early, they stay late. It's just I can't thank all of the first responders enough for what they do for the community and how much they improve the safety of our community.
Absolutely. Again, please do us a favor. Take these tips that the fire chief has given you, because we want to avoid these fires. They're out there doing their work, but they would love to see less and less happen and just be able to sit there and relax at the firehouse.
Eat the biscuit with your baby.
Exactly. It is so good to see you.
Pleasure.
Again, Fire Chief Dennis Jenkerson, again, representing the Fire Chiefs Association of Greater St. Louis. We're going to talk with Megan Willis. She's the VP of Operations with Hardee's, as well as Molly Hyland, Commerce Bank Senior Vice President, Director of Community Relations, Government Relations, Charitable Contributions, and Foundation Services. Because again, it takes an entire community to help heat up. Is there anything in yours? I'm going to give you some money. Here you go. Look at that.
Well,
and another.
Gentry should have filled it up.
I have the money, evidently. This is what we're going to do together.
Come on out.
Shake your can. We need volunteers again on February 14th. So go to heatupstlouis.org. We need a lot of volunteerism, and we need money to help heat a home. Don't go anywhere. We have more live from Hardee's again for Heat Up St. Louis, our big preview show. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Discover your full potential with a personalized styling experience. Designing, customizing, and transforming the looks of men and women. Revamp your individual style and embrace what makes you, you. That's real confidence.
This is my wonderful role model, one of my best friends.
She said, oh my gosh, you got a long life. You could probably live to be 130 or something. And I said, oh God, I hope not.
It's getting hot in here. Don't take off all your clothes.
I'm not going to take off my clothes. On the radio tape, going to
Kansas City, Kansas City, here I come. We're gonna speak. We're not gonna spank anybody. We're gonna speak about knowing your value, and then I'm gonna
I'm going to spank them.
if you don't know your value and you don't grab hold of how important you are, I'm gonna spank you. Folks, you never know what you're gonna get with her. And welcome back. It's all about community coming together. You know how big I am on sharing kindness. Well, today it's about being kind, and it's about putting some money in these canisters and inside of these aprons and getting your biscuits. I just mentioned that we were going to have Megan Willis and Molly Hyland on. This is Megan. This is Molly. Ladies, thanks for being on with us.
Oh, I'm happy to be here. We're both happy to be here to talk about Heat Up St. Louis and Rise and Shine.
Yes. And again, the big day, we're stressing this. I don't want to confuse you. The big day is on February 14th. That is the 25th anniversary of Rise and Shine, as you're seeing on your screen right now. But we're talking about, and I talked about this with Megan before we went on, about the opportunity to do all of this during the month of January and all the way through the first couple of weeks of February. So there's so much more that can be done before the actual big day. So Megan, you've been involved for all 25 years.
I have. I started when I was 2,
Oh,
so
I
I'm
love
now
that.
27, so which is great. But yeah, we've been doing this for 25 years, and every year it just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and we get so much more support every year, and the pre-orders just continue to keep coming in. So it's sausage biscuit or it's egg biscuit. You get them for $1 a piece, and you can get as many as you want. We don't have a cap. So you can come in and order 500 sausage biscuits if you would like. So we are ready for it. So bring it on.
So I was asking you because, you know, working in television, we knew the big day all those years. When did you start the preview of this? Because I think that's genius.
Yeah. So we started it probably about 5 years or so ago with the pre-orders, and we were trying to find a way to bring more people in and be able to donate to help, because this is such a great cause.
Yes.
So, and to help people out. And we kind of put our heads together and thought, hey, you know what? Why don't we start January 1st? Let's bring orders in. Let's give them the same dollar discount or dollar biscuit, either sausage biscuit, egg biscuit, and go ahead and promote that and get more people in, and that way everybody gets an opportunity to come more than once. Right. They can come as many times as they want for this. So,
and again, all of the proceeds, 100% of the proceeds. So this is interesting. So your employees at all of the Hardees are like, all right, we got to do some workouts to get ready to roll those biscuits out, right?
Yeah. So we actually have biscuit competitions, believe it or not. So, which is great. And here's the best part. Starting February 1st, not only is our event on February 14th, you know, Chief mentioned, you know, buy your baby a biscuit. Well, guess what? Yeah. From February 1st to February 13th, we actually served heart-shaped biscuits.
Yes.
So not only can you buy your baby a biscuit, you get it with a heart. So
very fitting. And by the way, you're looking at the camera back in the kitchen, and you're looking at them doing the hard work, right? Yeah. Do you ever help out there back there?
Oh, all the time. I actually just made biscuits this week, so I actually love rolling up my sleeves and rolling them out. It's great.
Again, if you're just tuning in, this is Megan. Megan Willis is the VP of Operations with Hardee's. We talked about how it's an entire community and corporations. A lot of people finally, hopefully, returning to work and buying the biscuits in advance. HeatUpSt.Louis.org, going online, getting hundreds of biscuits as the employees return. So Molly, as we mentioned, is the Commerce Bank Senior Vice President, Director of Community Relations, Government Relations, Charitable Contributions. Shoo, I thought I had a lot of hats, and foundation services. So how long has Commerce been involved with Heat Up St. Louis?
I have to tell you, Monica, last year was our first year.
Well, thank you for coming on board.
Well, we're so excited to be on board. And I have to tell you, we also jumped in with both feet last year. We were so excited to order biscuits ahead of time and to give them to our clients. Mm-hmm. It was a great opportunity to help a great cause and to have more touch points for our clients. So it was great.
Well, and Molly, so there's so many people that obviously have heard about Heat Up St. Louis over the years, but with you coming on board last year and here you are going into your second year, what's the biggest thing that you can say from people that came into Commerce and said, thank you so much for being a part of this? What kind of messages did you hear?
Well, Commerce is part of the community, and we are only as strong as the communities in which we work and live and play. And so organizations like Heat Up St. Louis are great to help strengthen the community, and that's so important to us. So that's why it fits with our mission, our charitable mission. And so that's what we tell our customers, that it's just a very natural thing for us. It's great.
Absolutely. And again, so Megan, when you see someone like a Commerce Bank step forward and looking at the past 24 years of the community saying we're coming out, but then you've got something like Commerce and these other corporations, major corporations saying we're stepping up as well. What does that mean to you?
Oh, it's amazing. So there are so many companies that come together and put in large donations, especially from the pre-orders. And so we love that. And it's amazing how the community comes together for events like this. And we take all the help we can get personally.
Well, and that's the thing, we're looking at sponsors, Commerce, as well as Ameren. We're going to talk about all the warming centers because that is needed. When people say that I can't go anywhere, we actually have a full list of the warming centers that are available to you that we'll put up on the screen as you are watching this and saying, yeah, I'm displaced and where do I need to go? We always talk about getting out of your own way and understanding that if you're blessed, understand to look out for those that are not. And that's what this organization is all about. And again, it does really make you kind of tear up each year, and the emotions when that check is presented, that's got to make you feel amazing.
Oh, we absolutely love it. And we like, I think the chief and Gentry mentioned earlier, we play games and competitions within our restaurants to see who can sell the most and get the most pre-orders and do that. And it's a big competition within our own organization to really kind of beat last year. So that's our goal every year is we don't want to call Gentry and say, hey, our numbers are down. So we continue to keep making sure that we beat the year before. So it's great.
So total, can you say how many biscuits you have sold? How about last year?
Oh my goodness. We probably sold well over 200,000 the day of.
I love it.
Which is incredible. Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. So.
Again, and you heard that you can get a heart biscuit. I mean, come on, throughout February, we're looking at them rolling out right there. That's some hard work. So, but look, they feel proud to do it. You see that and go, okay, we're getting ready to come in, get ready to roll those biscuits out. But by the end of the day, their heart is warmed, is it not?
Yes, definitely. I heard a few whoops when we were talking about that.
What was that again?
Whoop whoop. I heard a few of those when we started talking about making the biscuits. So that was pretty exciting.
I've been talking to some of your employees, and they really did say, yes, it is a lot of work, but we know the good we're doing in the community.
Yeah, and we get employees that no longer work for us and have been able to go to other jobs, and they come back just for that day because they want to help out and help the community as well. So, I always say if somebody leaves us, hey, guess what? February 14th, you have to come work. So they are there and they come in the restaurant. They're ready to go.
So who is it back in the kitchen right now? You want to give him a shout out?
Yeah, that's Tony McDuffie. Tony actually is just recently promoted. He is
Tony.
He is a market leader now for part of the St. Louis area as well. So he's back there making biscuits and working hard. And like I said, we all know how to do those, and it's a lot of fun. Those look great, by the way, Tony. Nice job.
They're perfectly round. And then in February, they will be perfect in the shape of a heart. So here's what we hope, though, that you go to heatupstlouis.org and maybe you get some biscuits for tomorrow, and then you just keep doing it, right? Because we all need breakfast in the morning. So why not to continue? There's so many companies that will say, oh, I'm going to provide. When I was at WIL, we always knew that this was the time that our general manager, shout out to John Kiowski, that John was going to provide all of us with biscuits. And then Spencer Koch at Fox 2, right? And just continued from there. So I know all the media partnerships that said, we're showing up big time. We want you to follow that and do the same thing. Why not? Treat your employees, right?
Oh, 100%. It's a great employee meal that morning.
Right. Yeah.
So get a big order, get a couple hundred, and come in, buy them breakfast that morning, and get your baby a biscuit on Valentine's Day.
You're doing that, right?
Yeah, we do that as well. We order a bunch of biscuits ahead of time to get everyone excited to volunteer the day of. So,
well, and so, from the employee aspect, when you see your boss doing that for you, it raises productivity, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Hey, bring food to bankers. They love it.
So do media people. You hear that, don't you? You want something covered? Just give the media food. Haven't you heard that over and over again?
So we do a lot of local restaurant media or marketing in general. And that's one of the things that we always do is hit the banks, hit the media people. They'll talk about it.
It is. And, we talked earlier about, besides the fact that we are wanting you to give, it is also volunteerism. So when you see all these people come out, big smiles on their faces, because volunteerism really does make your heart feel full, doesn't it?
Yes, that is one of the legs on the three-legged stool of our charitable giving. We have charitable giving in the form of money. We have people serving on boards, and then we have volunteerism. And our team is here in St. Louis is so excited to volunteer any opportunity they can get. And this is a great one.
Yeah, and one of the things we talked about, New Year's resolutions, and people are thinking, hey, I haven't added to my list yet. Maybe there's more that I can do. Put volunteerism on there. All right, so if you haven't done that before, here's your opportunity. So again, we're talking about the preview today. If you're just tuning in, we are live at Hardee's. We're talking about the big day, Rise and Shine, 25 years on February 14th, but such an incredible buildup right now for you to go to heatupstlouis.org. Place your order, whether it's for your family of 5 or you've got 10 or you've got hundreds, again, at your company. This is your opportunity to do just that. See, every biscuit gives warmth. Heatupstlouis.org and Hardee's. What an amazing combination. What an amazing relationship. Any last comments, Megan, about what the community has done and how proud you are for this relationship that you have?
So overall, in the 25 years, we've probably raised millions and millions of dollars for this event, which has gone back to the community 100%. Hardee's gives 100% back with every purchase that you have, for whether it's a sausage biscuit or an egg biscuit. So I encourage, go to heatupstlouis.org, place your pre-orders in, do them today. We'll have them ready for you tomorrow. If you want to wait till February 1st for a heart-shaped biscuit, we will do that too. So place your orders and order as many as you like. We'll be ready.
Do you have a lot of schools and other kind of organizations that get involved?
Absolutely. Schools are a big component. Ameren always puts in big orders. Commerce puts in big orders. We have lots of different businesses around here. We have people that, have smaller businesses that put in big orders for all of their employees as well. So it's great because I track the list every year. I get all the orders in and I see a lot of the same people continue to go year after year, and the numbers just keep getting bigger. And I see lots of new people, which is even better. Absolutely. Because then we continue to keep growing those numbers. So it's pretty incredible. I believe, our pre-orders last year was over like 25,000 pre-orders ahead of time before even the big day, which is incredible.
Well, and Megan, again, mentioned earlier, let me reintroduce my guest, Megan Willis, again, the VP of Operations at Hardee's, and then Molly Hyland, again, with Commerce Bank. You mentioned earlier about competition. So I'm just going to say this for all of you that do different running clubs or triathlon, clubs, biking clubs, or the CrossFits, right? All these different gyms. Why don't you think about doing competitions and say, hey, I just heard them on. So from right now through February February 14th. Let's start building the community up because, again, these groups are bigger and bigger and bigger. I just want you to think out of the box, and that's how we get more of you on board. Because as we were just talking about, you see new faces, new people. Why don't you come out and volunteer together with your clubs, or maybe run to Hardee's that day?
Yes. So I actually there's a volunteer. It was a little girl. She probably was 4 or 5 when she started. She is now in high school. And she has continued to volunteer every single year. Her mom brings her out in the morning before school. She comes out. I love seeing her. It's amazing. And, that's the type of, never knew her before until she started coming in on that day. And I'm like, hey, you're coming every year to do this. She's like, absolutely. I wouldn't miss it. And so it's amazing how we create that even with the younger generation, and they continue to keep doing that year after year.
Yep. Again, well, what happens is the kids are watching their parents or their older brothers or sisters volunteer, and then they say, well, let's do that as well, right?
Yeah,
I love it.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you again for what Commerce is doing. Thank you for everything that you have done for Heat Up St. Louis. We're going to talk also, though, Connie, is Connie here? Yes or no? Connie? You're going to be Connie? All right. So Gentry's going to come back on and join us. We're going to talk. We showed you on the screen before all of the sponsors that take part in this to make this what it is. And again, for us to be able to raise this year, Gentry said 500,000.
Okay.
You want more than that? She wants more.
So I try for as much as we can. So if Gentry gives me a number, I want to beat him at least by $1.
It's like the Price is right? I'll go for $1 more. Ladies, thank you so much.
Thanks, Monica.
Thank you.
Greatly appreciate it. And to you as well. Again, do your part. Take this show, share it to as many people as you can so they know what they can do in the community to heat up St. Louis. When we come back, we'll come with the founder again. If you missed him in the beginning, Gentry Trotter, the founder of Heat Up St. Louis, will rejoin us. Everyone knows about Jody's balls, and why is that?
I have the best ball.
Oh my God. Oh, wait. He wants to say, I can't believe I took your son's life. I don't know what I was thinking. I have so much regret and remorse. I've changed my life. Would you accept that apology?
I've never thought of that. Yeah, I would.
Do you think, because you talk about forgiveness, do you think that you all can ever forgive one another and come back together?
It wasn't just right. I'm not perfect. Just because my name is Bush, I don't have it all figured out. And I think they know that too.
I was cyclically depressed, so I could be the happiest person you ever met at 11 a.m. I could be on cloud 9, and by 7 p.m. that evening, I'd be sitting on a couch with a gun in my hands. I mean, hard not to get emotional. I
never feel sorry for being emotional.
I really, I was at a space to where I couldn't believe that I had brought my children into this.
Where's the light? Because many of you probably feel that there's this darkness and there's this thunder cloud that's constantly over you. This family has dealt with so much.
So our journey is our journey. There has to be purpose in this pain. There has to be something more powerful. I have to find something to be blessed about every day. I have to count my blessings and have gratitude every single day.
This is my wonderful role model, one of my best friends.
She's, oh my gosh, you got a long life. You could probably live to be 130 or something. And I said, oh God, I hope not.
It's getting hot in here. Don't take off all your clothes.
I'm not going to take off my clothes. On the radio tape, going to
Kansas City, Kansas City, here I come. We're gonna speak. We're not gonna spank anybody. We're gonna speak
about knowing your value. And then I'm going to ask.
I'm going to spank them.
If you don't know your value and you don't grab hold of how important you are, I'm going to spank you.
Folks, you never know what you're going to get with her.
Join Illinois and Missouri volunteers on February 14th.
Okay. Tony's Biscuits. And, I work with credit and collection.
We're also collecting extra dough to help our neighbors with high heating bills.
100% will keep our Missouri and Illinois needy neighbors warm.
Also, please avoid unsafe methods when heating your residence.
Rise and shine for heatupstlouis.org at Hardee's.
And welcome back. If you're just tuning in, you've missed a lot of fun. So go back and watch the show. That's the beauty of streaming. We are on Facebook and LinkedIn and YouTube and Rumble and Instagram. You'll see reels later also on X and on TikTok. So be sure to follow everywhere and share like crazy. Gentry Trotter started with us. He is the founder of Heat Up St. Louis. And again, you've been hearing the chief. You've been hearing from Megan with Hardee's. You've been hearing the ladies from Commerce as well. What does it mean to you to see the community show up like it has for 25 years?
Okay, well, first of all, she already gave me one of these microphones.
No, that's for social media.
I love these microphones. I'm going to take it home. Well, here's the deal, Monica. What we try to do is raise money, but we do public education and we do advocacy. Most people don't know that who are watching you, and we never get a chance to discuss that in the media because it's sound bites. So it's critically important to know that we're behind the scenes working with Ameren and Spire to do what we can to make it easier and your experience easier working with the utility companies. Constance got jammed up in North County, and I'm glad it's not St. Louis, and so she won't be able to make it. But Constance started at the Urban League in social services. Then she moved to Ameren, Missouri, and did utility assistance. Then she now has got promoted to further engage the company, Ameren Corporate. So these are the types of people who know the community, they work in the community. And I want to remind people, when you're in trouble, don't hesitate to pick up the phone to Ameren or Laclede or Spire and talk to them and tell them your problem. 90% of the time, they'll refer you to Heat Up St. Louis or another social service program. We are a charity, not a social service. So they will do that so you can get help. The other thing is most important, do not return checks. That puts you in a different position because now the Public Service Commission allows the utilities under normal weather conditions to disconnect you, or if you have to pay the entire bill. Right. So organizations out there will help you, but there's a responsibility that each of us have, whether we're on Social Security or working paycheck to paycheck, wherever we live in the metropolitan area, in those 44 counties, by the way, of Missouri and Illinois, including the city of St. Louis. So the question becomes, what else do? You tell them, I'm looking at a budget program. They also have the ability to help you with weatherization. There are agencies out there doing weatherization. All you have to go to heatupstlouis.org and you'll see our other connections. You can connect to the utilities. You can connect to our other partners. But don't run away, right? Because they will disconnect you. And as I tell everybody, utility companies, we had a congresswoman who said, I don't mention anything about that, but said the government should take over utilities. Government can't even run itself. So how is it going to run utilities? So the reality is, if you have weak utility companies, you have to worry about delivery of service. How safe is it? So I know people have to make a living. Right. I know we have to have infrastructure. We have to make sure that when there's a storm, maybe one day we can go under line there, underground. And we understand that. We know that Spire is doing new pipes. Yes. And so it is about safety and delivery. And the other thing is, we have them on our board. We have 3 people from Ameren, Illinois, Ameren, Missouri, and Connie is from Ameren Corporate. We have a person from Aspire on our board. So we communicate and we talk for the betterment of those people out in the audience. wherever their economic conditions are. So I wanted people to know we're just not other people. They do social service and this and that. We do utility assistance. That's what we do best. But we also advocate and educate. And that was one of the purposes why we're here with you, is to educate the public on the necessity when you're in trouble, put pride away.
You have to, because again, you're talking about, I can't afford my utility bills. Now I've gotten disconnected. Now I'm sitting in this home. I'm freezing, which is such a dangerous thing. You heard the fire chief earlier talk about how to safely heat the home. But yes, you know what? That's a good thing to say, Gentry, to wipe away pride and ask for help. I was at church the other day, and the pastor said, what's the hardest thing for you to say out loud to another person? And for me, I said, asking for help. And right, you hear that, asking for assistance.
And I think that's critical. So when you give to Heat Up St. Louis, all through the year, it is about 100%. And most charities don't do 100%. And 100%, and I'm not criticizing them, but 100% goes a long way, because we have board members on our board. We have a 67-member board. Did you not know that?
I didn't. That's amazing.
And so they support administrative fees. So that's important. Now, some of the federal programs you are allowed, what they call an expense, admin expense, but it's not a lot. But because you need all the money you can to go through the process and get these applications done. But your money, your public dollars, every cent goes to help somebody in South County, North County, St. Charles, Jefferson County, Iron County, Butler County. Give us the counties in Illinois.
Well, you're pretty much everywhere. Just name the
but
county.
I forgot my county in Belleville, because he'll kill me over there. The chairman over there, he will kill me. St. Clair County, Monroe County, and all the way down to Cape Girardeau.
Oh, wow.
Even though they can't see you, they should be able to see you in Cape Girardeau.
Well, see, but that's a difference. When I stepped away from TV, it was so that we can go even wider and wider. So now you've got people that can watch from all over the United States and in other countries.
We can start Heat Up St. Louis in Paris.
Let's go in Italy.
Let's go to the places we like, not Russia, but some fun places.
We'll say.
Right. Madame, excusez-moi. Oh, il fait chaud aujourd'hui, n'est-ce pas? It is cold outside today, is it not?
Yes.
For my 8th grade. That's all I remember. So, très chaud or très froid? I forget whichever one. One's hot, one's okay, whatever. Some English teacher, French teachers listening.
They're going to write.
So that's what I'm trying to say. We work critically with the utility companies. On my birthday a couple of days ago, notice I moved my birthday around.
I was going to say, I thought it was yesterday.
we get emails and thank yous and birthday calls from everybody, because what we're trying to do, the more you know, the more you sit across the table, the better you can do for others. Right. And we never have a chance to say that on commercial television, and they're our strongest partners, but it's important.
Quick.
It's important for people to know that Ameren Inspire good people, and Ameren is a sponsor with Commerce Bank.
Yes.
When I first met Molly, I was trying to get her on the board for years because her daddy was Robert Hyland of KMX Radio.
I love that.
And
connection.
she, I'm on this board or I'm on that board. I'm on the Urban League board. I said, well, our board's different. We finally got her on, and it's like the mafia, though. Anybody that starts on our board, they stay on our board.
They stay forever.
And you remember little Melanie DeLeo? She's down in Florida. She's a Cherry Emeritus, and she's on the board and she used to be running Citigroup.
Fantastic.
So we make sure you don't go away. And if you really do want to be on the board, go to heatupstlouis.org. There's a link for volunteers, send your resume. They'll be happy to look at it. But I wanted people to know, whatever you do on February the 14th, do it out of love. Do it out of hope that some people just have tough times. Do it out of that need knows no geographic boundaries. It is not the crap about urban.
Absolutely.
It is suburban, rural. It is across the region who see us and hear us. And those are the people we're trying to help. Again, you don't have to go to one of our sites. You just go to heatupstlouis.org. We prefer that you do not call because that's for seniors hotline. So we want everybody to go to heatupstlouis.org. You can get help there. You can buy biscuits there, pre-order biscuits. And more importantly, that you can volunteer there. That's the only place. Now, a guy called up the other day, from South County, a big group, 100 people. He's going to take it to the board. And they want to do at different places competitive.
Yes,
some companies
good.
going this way, some associations going this way, so they can compare, and we can keep track to tell who won with which group. And the kids help us in St. Charles all the time. In St. Charles County, we have a high school that's been there for years. I think those kids are in college by maybe they graduated, maybe they're the ones. You know
And
what I'm
they
saying?
keep coming back.
They keep coming back. And of course, when I mean that, it is true. We don't want a lot of kids. I'm just telling you that because we have to have chaperones.
Sure.
But more important,
We'll come with the parents.
Yeah, but I don't want a lot of kids. No matter what you say, this is not commercial TV.
21 and over.
I can be a little more animated. But if I do that, then we won't get any biscuit sales. So I'll bite on my tongue.
Again, here's the thing we want to stress, and we're gonna bring it home here. HeatUpSt.Louis.org. Just remember it, share it, tell all of your family and friends. I know that you all are very community minded. So you're gonna eat. You are going to eat with your family. You're going to eat with your company. Why go anywhere else when you know that this organization is doing?
And more important, you can only get for $1 the sausage biscuit or the egg biscuit because people will come in. I want this. I want this. I want to help.
Just those two.
No, but if you want a different breakfast on your own that day, put some extra money in the can
Like I
and
did.
give.
You got mine.
Right, you got
Mine's
money.
empty.
We got money. All God's children got money. So you can do that. And that would be good if you happen to want something else. But this is the best thing. The sausage biscuits are fabulous.
Yes.
This month.
But your favorite is the egg, right?
Oh, the egg biscuit, it is 0 calories. Trust me.
Oh, really?
I can eat 10 of them and sometimes 20. So that's where we are, my darling. HeatUpStLouis.org, 500 volunteers.
$500,000 is your goal.
$500,000 pre-order at Heat Up St. Louis today. Volunteer today. 1 hour, free breakfast. Fun times are had. That's why I wanted to pep it up a little bit, so that people know it is fun. It is serious to help people, but it's even joyous to be able to help people.
Well, and we talked earlier about how a lot of you might say, oh, well, that's a good New Year's resolution to give back more, to volunteer more. So volunteer for them and then keep it going. Think about other organizations that need your help as well. I love the heart biscuits, by the way.
Oh, you're going to love those. Unfortunately, they don't start to April 1st, but that's good. February,
yes.
April.
But
Oh,
don't
good.
wait till April.
That's cool down St. Louis. See what happens when you talk too much? February the 1st would be a good time because we take the bulk order all the way up to the 13th, the day before, because you can't do bulk orders the day of. It's just,
oh no.
I appreciate the money, but it just backs up everything. So that's why we want you to do these pre-order and eat as she said, Megan said, eat as many as you want. Come in every day and do a pre-order. And some companies do that.
I'm glad to hear that.
1,000, 500, 200. Oh, by the way, 25 or more to pre-order.
Okay.
25 or more. And if you don't do 25 or more, then come that day and round up and put some extra money in the can. And the less volunteers we have, the less money we raise.
Well,
That's why it's important to do that 500. Last but not least, we do have organizations and municipalities. We do this as a telethon too. In addition to the sausage egg biscuit sale and all the other things, and the egg biscuit and the sausage biscuit, we have people that come through with big checks.
Good.
So that's important. I'm expecting big checks from certain people.
Mm-hmm.
That
Wink, wink.
Wink, wink. And that adds to the lots of money.
Yes.
And we need that money. And we tell people, wait a minute, wait.
Yep.
So when we're doing Rise and Shine, bring on a check. Now, be honest with you, you have to pay $5,000 or more to be, to get a little publicity, but you can do it. You know how it works, right?
Yes.
And I think the good news is that it's all about neighbors. It's all about the political community. It is all about government. It is all about corporate community. It's all about the social and civic communities. Yes. It's all about the first responders. Mm-hmm. It's all about the media. It's about you. It's about everybody heating up St. Louis for those without heat.
Absolutely. And that's our message. And before we go, we talked about this earlier. I think this is a good idea. The kids are like little sponges, aren't they, Gentry? They're watching what their parents do, what their aunts, their uncles, their grandparents. So maybe you can impress upon them, because a lot of them are like little entrepreneurial spirit, right? How about they do something and they start raising money for Heat Up St. Louis and bring it in, right?
Yeah, we have a lot of restaurants so they can bring it in, and we'll at least take their pictures, get them on the web and all of that. I think that's fun.
Well, the kids, they're very persuasive, right? With their little,
but also they're kids. So parents, I got to be the devil's advocate. Watch that money, girls and guys. Okay, make sure that comes to us. Okay, I remember the lemon stand, and oh, by the way, when we first started, they had a ball in one of the North County high schools. They had an ice ball, and they gave us $5,000. Those kids, seniors.
See?
Fabulous. Let's get the
saying.
spirit back.
Yes.
But parents, watch my money.
And make sure it goes to them.
Right.
All right. As we wrap up, again, Gentry Trotter, Fire Chief Dennis Jenkerson, who again represented the Fire Chiefs Association of Greater St. Louis, Megan Willis, as well as Molly Hyland, and Connie Taylor. Sorry you couldn't join us, but we make sure to say what Ameren and Spire are doing.
She writes big checks. She don't need to be here.
Just get the pen
she
going.
Just gave me a big check, so I'm happy. Connie, stay home. Feel better.
Feel better and be safe in the ice. Again, more snow is coming, more of the opportunities for you to give to this organization for all those people that cannot heat their home. HeatUpStLouis.org from now until February 13th. Place those orders, the pre-orders, 25 or more, and then volunteerism, 500 volunteers are needed. $500,000 to be raised to give to the millions that Gentry Trotter and all of the people affiliated with Heat Up St. Louis have been able to do.
St. Louis Media, we're counting on them.
Yes.
We're counting on John. We're counting on the other John. We're counting on Rebecca.
Yes.
We're counting on Kurt. We're counting on Alicia. And JD of Channel 4. We're counting on all of you to be out there and shake your cans as well.
JD's the only one I didn't work for.
Boy, you've been around.
Alicia, now watch it. Right. Alicia, and who didn't love Spencer Kosh?
Oh, what a great guy. And Kirk is just as good.
Kurt Kruger,
Kirk's
yes.
a little conservative. We know Kirk. But we talked to Kirk. I mean, the good thing about having board members, you can always pick them up on the cell phone. Yes. But Spencer, good guy, is out there somewhere
retired.
in West Coast.
He deserved that.
He deserved, after dealing with me, he deserved a rest.
That's why he retired.
Right, 20-something years, by the way. I found him up in Detroit. He was working in Detroit. We were doing that in Detroit. Did you know that?
I did
with
not know
Hardee's
that.
and Hardee's Hometown Heroes? We were doing Rise and Shine in Hardee's about 40 years ago for something else. In every city, all the way up to Des Moines, Washington, D.C., Baltimore. You didn't know that.
No.
I brought Rise and Shine to Hardee's and said, you can do this in the Midwest. And they did it. And we down here been working with Megan and her franchise. They are the best capstone. They're the best in the West.
Yes. Oh, I like that. The best in the West.
Or Midwest, too.
Again, all of you, we love you. And one of the things that we always tell you is to come together and show kindness. I haven't had a chance to look at all the comments today. We'll go to that after the show. Take this stream and share it just like they are doing with Heat Up St. Louis. Again, Facebook, as well as Instagram, Rumble, YouTube, LinkedIn. We'll have some reels for you on X and on TikTok. I want to thank my team, Zach, Michelle, Tia, my hubby, Jim, somewhere in the background. And thank you to all of you for watching. What final words do you want to say about helping Heat Up St. Louis?
The final words is have a heart and heat a home.
And buy your baby a biscuit.
I'm not going to say that. Chief is naughty. I can't say that. You can say that.
I'm trying to get Gentry to say it.
You buy anybody a biscuit.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much. And I think we've gotten the message across for you today. Don't forget to go to heatupstlouis.org. Do what you can to help our community out. And that is the greatest thing you can do, because what it is, you're showing kindness. Be kind, everybody. God bless you all.